Why do we run? To truly find out who we really are as individuals. Here we go, embarking on a brand new journey.
Oh, I have finally reached the finish line, and my body truly can't go on any further.
Today I'm out and about in Schierke, on my way to Ahrensklint. Nala is with me. Even as a child, I was often drawn to the cliffs here. We used to play here with friends, but that's not what today is about. Today is about the Zugspitz Ultratrail. The Zugspitz Ultratrail is widely recognized as the largest and most significant trail running event in Germany, consistently attracting dedicated runners from all corners of the world. There are various courses ranging from 14 to 164 kilometers, and my race, the Ultra Trail, is 106 kilometers, with over 5,000 meters of elevation gain. The start is Friday evening at 10 p.m, a full loop around the Zugspitze. Massive, tough, brutally legendary. To be honest, my training volume this year wasn't ideal. Between work, family, and various construction projects, I often only had time to run in the evenings. In the winter, I still played ice hockey regularly, thankfully without any injury breaks. Beyond that, there was no training plan. Not everything went perfectly. In the end, what matters most is the willpower. The Zugspitz Ultratrail is Germany's biggest trail event and takes place in Garmisch. We had various pieces of equipment packed with us. There is also mandatory equipment required, but more on that later. Of course, I also had a healthy respect for the course. I wasn't that experienced in the ultra distance yet. I had run the Harz crossing twice, which is 54 kilometers. Other than that, I was very curious about it. Our start was on Friday at around 10 p.m, about 3 hours. Beforehand, we had a good portion of pasta. After that, we tried to lie down again, and surprisingly, I was able to sleep or rest quite well. I kept imagining what it would feel like to successfully cross the finish line. Then we packed up our equipment and headed to the starting area. Here, our equipment was checked again to make sure we had all the mandatory gear with us. Then we stood at the starting block. Calm, silence, excitement. And then we knew it was about to start, the countdown was coming.
The momentous countdown began, almost like in a hallowed church, with everyone present counting together in unison. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The atmosphere in general, and especially at the starting area, is outstanding. People everywhere, lights, music, pure goosebumps. In the dark, we headed out of Garmisch. My heart rate was surprisingly low. We had agreed to start off at a relatively calm pace so as not to overdo it. I could already feel a bit in my legs that they were in good shape, that I was well rested. To all the dedicated night owls and enthusiastic night revelers out there, please know that you are absolutely not alone in this world. Yeah, 20 kilometers are successfully done, a significant distance covered, and I must have definitely made it to Austria, having crossed the border. I've already tackled the very first downhill section, feeling the exhilarating rush of the descent. Yes, indeed, it's truly going very well. However, as the saying quite regrettably goes, the laughter will eventually and slowly fade. What do we have here? Horses, and I truly thought it would be quite peaceful and quiet here at night, you know. Then, at some point, you stop, look around, and realize, wow, it's already dawn. Morning is breaking, and we're right in the middle of it. Good morning. A significant number of people always genuinely wonder why all of this extensive stuff, the meticulous preparation, is absolutely necessary, and the truly breathtaking sunrise is indeed really quite beautiful to behold. After about half the distance, we arrived at the Hubertushof aid station.
There was pizza. It was around 7 a.m.
It was really tasty, but with a dry mouth, it was pretty hard to eat. We washed it down a bit, and that worked. They also had convenient drop bags here, so you could easily leave extra clothes and some food for yourself. Upon arrival, I put on my sun hat, carefully applied sunscreen, and surprisingly, I didn't change my shoes, though perhaps I really should have. These trail shoes are already a bit old, and a small stone always seems to get stuck under the sole, but it ultimately worked out well. From there, the route continued on flat terrain. All right, everyone, just time for a quick another update for you.
I'm now precisely at kilometer 55. Having successfully made it through the designated drop bag area, the well-stocked aid station, and the essential medical check. And now there are, I believe, approximately 22, or perhaps 20 relatively flat kilometers stretching out ahead of me, and then finally comes the ultimate challenge, the formidable final boss.
As you can clearly see, I have already thoroughly prepared myself for the current temperature conditions, so I am indeed very well equipped, and, I must admit, a little bit out of breath from the exertion. I have cake. Good morning. The discerning viewer might reasonably say, hey, a half marathon on relatively flat ground, you can really let loose and push yourself there. But the truth is, it's not really working anymore. But what can you do until the final boss mountain, which I think is still ahead, and if I remember right, has about 1,500 meters of elevation or something like that. 1,000, I have no idea. Until then, I just drag myself along, feeling the weight of each step, my muscles protesting with every movement. I push through the fatigue, my mind focused on the task ahead, and then I go down there, to the starting point, preparing myself mentally and physically, try to run. The air is thick with anticipation, and the ground beneath my feet feels solid, yet challenging. After leaving the majestic Schloss Elmau behind, the path immediately began to ascend steeply, a relentless climb that tested every fibre of my being, leading us towards the rustic and welcoming Laubhütte. The sun beat down mercilessly, making it an incredibly hot day, the kind of heat that saps your energy and makes every breath a struggle. In between the strenuous efforts, we found ourselves increasingly tired, our bodies aching, and at times quite annoyed by the relentless uphill battle and the oppressive heat. Despite the growing discomfort and the desire to simply stop, you just have to keep going, pushing past the mental and physical barriers, one foot in front of the other. At about this point, the exhaustion truly began to set in, but the determination to reach the destination remained paramount, urging us onward through the challenging terrain and the sweltering conditions, knowing that every step brought us closer to our goal, even as the sweat poured and our resolve was tested to its limits, making the journey a true test of endurance and willpower, a continuous struggle against the elements and our own physical limitations, yet a necessary one to complete the arduous trek. At kilometre 85, I wasn't feeling very well at all. In fact, I was truly struggling. There was absolutely no more water left, and the thought of eating anything was incredibly difficult. I was just completely and utterly spent, my energy reserves fully depleted. The singular, overriding goal at that moment was simply to reach the very next aid station, where I desperately hoped to eat a lot, to truly refuel, and to drink a substantial amount of fluids. Once I finally arrived there, I managed to get some pasta down, and it was then that I gradually started to feel a little better, or at the very least, I began the slow process of recovery. And then, after that much-needed respite, came the next significant highlight, something you could distinctly hear from a considerable distance away, the vibrant and energetic cheering zone. To actually get there, it felt like an endless series of switchbacks, winding relentlessly upwards, each turn a challenge. Yet despite the arduous climb, you could always hear the encouraging cheering from the distance, which was genuinely an incredible noise, providing a much-needed boost. My internal monologue was a desperate plea. Where are the drinks? I can't go on like this. It was almost too much encouragement. Goal reached the climb. And then another nice visual challenge to climb, which was thankfully the very last climb. Goal reached. The body, however, was screaming in protest. It simply didn't want to go on. The legs felt like lead, the knees were aching, and the stomach would rather throw everything out than take anything in. But that, enduring this, was precisely the goal I had set. Now, in this moment of extreme fatigue, only pure, unadulterated willpower helps to push forward. That kind of willpower didn't work so well in rock, only to a certain extent. It went relatively well there. But here, in this specific race, it really hurts. A deep, pervasive ache, and that pushing through this pain was indeed the ultimate goal. After navigating through the exhilarating cheering zone, the path continued relentlessly uphill towards the Hochhaus. There was always another curve appearing, and then the path would go even higher and even further, stretching on until just below the majestic Osterfeldspitze. The climbs throughout this section were undeniably tough. The air was very warm, adding to the difficulty, and then, as I now know, came the infamous Rocky Challenge. Just for context and to explain, of course, I absolutely love all the Rocky movies, every single one of them, and I sometimes listen to their inspiring soundtracks when I run here for motivation, drawing strength from those powerful anthems, and yeah, that's exactly how it was, a true test of endurance and spirit.
Okay,
That's me.
yeah, Kino, where exactly should I take the camera? And yeah, I definitely think so. I'm quite certain about that, actually.
Yeah, me too. It's already nice, but you can do it too.
Okay,
So you have to run a few meters now.
run ahead. Yeah, get him in the shot. It doesn't matter why, just however
In.
Drink up, and now take your sturdy poles. You will definitely need them now. Carefully put them through the designated loops. You absolutely have to do some physical sport now. I also have to do some sport too. It seems Tino is already done. I am currently doing sport. No. Now let's really go and get this done.
That was an incredibly strong and truly remarkable performance, deserving of immense respect. It's wonderful to see that the genuine and heartfelt smile is clearly coming back to your face, indicating a sense of relief and happiness. Thank you very, very much for your exceptional dedication and effort. It is deeply appreciated.
Give me one. Let's go. Thank you. We have successfully reached the absolute highest point of our journey. A truly remarkable achievement. From this pinnacle, it is now entirely downhill. A descent that applies not only to the physical elevation we will be experiencing, but also, metaphorically, to the anticipated decline in performance as we conclude this demanding endeavor. Great. From the Osterfelderkopf, it was only downhill, and I was actually able to run again. I was even able to make up some places, though only going up, not down. The first section was relatively trail-heavy, a bit rocky, and then turned into gravel. I knew that if I didn't twist my ankle now, I would make it. My digestion gave me a bit of trouble on the downhill, possibly because of the jolting. Guys, I am so very exhausted, but it's truly great that he is indeed doing this important work. Down in Garmisch, Christian ran a few more kilometers with me, and I don't know where it came from, but I had energy again. I was able to run really fast even though it was so hot. Christian later told me that at times we were running at a pace of 4.5 minutes per kilometer, so we were moving very quickly. In fact, I was even able to overtake 1 or 2 people.
Complete 4,080 meters of elevation and finish third among the senior men.
Then it was done. 17 hours and 14 minutes. The finish line, the medal. It was never just about the time, it was about the journey to get here. For me, this run wasn't a competition, it was the end of a long journey. 2017, a serious skiing accident. My knee was completely wrecked. For a long time, it wasn't clear if I would ever be able to run properly again, but I made a comeback. In 2023, I stood at the starting line of the long-distance race in Roth. With relatively little training, and yet it went well, and I knew there was still more possible. That's what carried me along this path. My family, without them, I wouldn't have had a chance. They supported all the effort, and now they even join in themselves, running together, sharing the journey. And my greatest training partner, Nala, Our dog, so many kilometers, so many trails, always by my side, no matter if it was sunny, raining, or snowing. At the Zugspitz Ultratrail, I wanted to feel it, the pain, the toughness. Not to prove something to myself, but to see what happens when everything hurts and you keep going anyway. 106 kilometers, over 5,000 meters of elevation. Not perfect training, but a powerful reason why. And if I can do that, then you can walk your own path too. It's not about whether you're ready, it's about whether you take the first step. If you think you have to travel far to experience elevation gain and great trails, then come visit us in the Harz.